What are soft 404 errors, and what do they have to do with search engine optimization? In this video, we will answer that question as well as talk about how you can find them on your website and how to fix them. What is a soft 404 error? Soft 404s happen when the web server cannot find the requested resource or file. This causes an error message to pop up instead of a page for visitors to see. You don't want these errors because they affect your search engine optimization by not providing valuable content for Google's crawlers, and it frustrates visitors who click on links expecting something different than what is actually there. How to find soft 404 errors. Google Webmaster Tools is a great place to start. All you need to do is log in and click on Crawl, then under Crawl Stats, select 404 errors from the drop-down menu. This will show how many times Google has found an error message that we can't find any web page for at all, or a 404 error. Another way to check your website's soft 404 errors are by using Screaming Frog SEO Spider, which can quickly crawl your website as well as analyze it thoroughly, even checking what pages have been indexed or not. After running this analysis via Screaming Frog, make sure to open up the HTML code tab where there should be a list of URLs with status code 200, but no content. How to fix soft 404 errors on your website. Fixing soft 404 errors on your website is easier than it sounds. We'll walk through a few reasons why your website may have soft 404 errors and provide solutions on how to fix them depending on the root cause. 404 page is returning a 200 HTTPS status code. In this instance, a page that isn't found is still returning a 200 status code, which is a confusing signal to Google search crawlers because it's telling them that the page still exists. To fix this, simply return a 404 or 410 status code to inform Google that the page has been permanently deleted. Thin content issues. One way to create a soft 404 error is if you have thin content on your website. Thin content can be anything from spammy blog posts or pages with only images and no text, for example. There isn't enough content on the page to signal to Google that is valuable. To fix the problem, try adding more unique content that provides value to users and search engine crawlers alike. 301 redirect isn't relevant. Another common way to create a soft 404 error is if you 301 redirect a page that's no longer relevant or active. For example, if you once had an entire blog post talking about the best places in California to visit, and now it only has one sentence on what they are, then Google will think this content was never important for users to see because of how outdated it seems. This also happens if the page you're redirecting to isn't relevant or similar to the old page. So if you have an article on the best places in California to visit, but you're redirecting users to a page about, let's say, credit cards, this isn't a 1-to-1 301 redirect, so Google will consider the old page to be a soft 404. To fix the problem, make sure your website is updated with fresh new content so readers don't feel like their time is wasted reading through something old. You can also consider removing any redirection links from pages that don't have a relevant page to drive users to, or create a new page that is relevant. Google is mistaking the page for a 404 error. This may happen if the verbiage on your webpage has 404-like messaging. So in the case of an e-commerce website, using verbiage like out of stock or not available may signal to Google that the web page is actually a 404 not found because the inventory doesn't exist. The fix to this is to update the content to avoid these types of phrases. And lastly, blocking Google access. If certain aspects of the website are blocked or not properly rendered by Google, such as a JavaScript or CSS file, then Google may mistake the page for not having content because it isn't able to see these coding elements. Make sure that your JavaScript and CSS files are being crawled or rendered by Google. One way to check this is to use Google's URL inspection tool in Search Console to identify any potential issues in this regard.